So in radio astronomy, as should now be clear to everybody, we transmit very large amounts of data over fiber optics. This makes data transmission a very important aspect of our work. Doug Gerrard is now going to explain to us a little bit about the DTS module, the Data Transmission System module. So Doug, tell us about this rather large looking can here.
This is the DTS module. There are 4 of these on the antenna. And the first thing to notice is as you point out, the very large aluminum can. This is to protect, it generates a lot of RFI, or radio frequency interference information that can corrupt the data from the receivers picking it up. So on the antennas, you have to have it very well protected from any RFI. So basically this is just one big solid metal can.
Okay, let's open it up and take a look inside.
Okay. This is the inside of the DTS module, and it's quite busy, as you can see, very crowded. The data signals come in. It actually comes in as an analog signal, and it's digitized. Once it's digitized in this on this side of the board, it actually goes through the back. The data goes through the backplane, and then it's formatted and actually converted to fiber optic and transmitted on the light.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit. This is the actual module in which the digitization is done. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So Doug, how do the radio signals from the sky actually get into this module? What happens to them in the module, and how do they get out?
Okay. The analog signal comes in through these ports over here. There is some isolation amplifiers that come in. They go in through these coaxes.
So at this point, these are still voltages on a wire.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
This is one of the sampler boards that is in this unit. The second sampler board has not been installed yet.
How fast does this sampler work?
This actually samples at 2 gigahertz a second. And once it's sampled, then it is a digital signal. It passes through this back plane back here. It goes to this huge board.
So I guess we should turn this around. There we go.
Over on this side.
What does this big board do?
This is the formatter board. It formats the data to be ready to be transmitted, and then it actually transmits it using this little module, this little silver box here, transmits it over the fiber optic connections. It's coiled in the back. They come out over here. The rest of these components up here are just the regulating power supplies that control everything.
So in a simple way, it looks to me like the voltages come in on one side, they get sampled, and they go back out the front as optical light.
That's correct.
Right, and we like to do this because once we've sampled the signal, we freeze its characteristics. There's no loss of information on its long journey back to the control center.
That's correct. And you can put an awful lot of data onto a single fiber.
Yeah, right.